Welcome back, Nerd Squad. My name is Rory Destroya, and this is Top 10 Nerd. The mantle of the Hobgoblin, who debuted in 1983, has passed on from person to person many times in main continuity. However, there are alternate versions of the Hobgoblin out there that are worthy of mention, even if they appear in different timelines and stories. So let's take a look at the top 10 alternate versions of Hobgoblin. In the number 10 spot is newspaper strip Hobgoblin. The Amazing Spider-Man was a daily newspaper strip that was written by Stan Lee and featured original storylines. One of these included the Hobgoblin, who was Harry Osborn. Harry repeatedly attacked Spider-Man to get revenge for his father's death, but was under hypnotic influence and soon comes to realize that Spidey is the true hero and his father was a criminal. He vows never to don the Hobgoblin identity again. If only it were always that easy. Coming in at number 9, we have Hobgoblin 2099. This version of the Hobgoblin actually only exists in the video game Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and never actually appeared in the 2099 arc. He was created by Dr. Serena Patel to be used as a mercenary that will, you guessed it, defeat Spider-Man. Here he has unique abilities described as psi powers, as well as wings attached to his back to not only help him in his quest, but to pay him for it as well. Not a bad form of currency. Next at number 8 is Cartoon Hobgoblin. Criminal turned millionaire Jason Masondale is the Hobgoblin in the Spider-Man animated series. He was an enemy to Spidey even before the Green Goblin here, and he also happens to be dating Felicia Hardy, otherwise known as Black Cat. The villain soon becomes the victim when he, alongside Black Cat, is captured by the Green Goblin and held hostage. Spider-Man rescues them, but also drags him to custody. Thanks, but no thanks. In the number 7 spot is Marvel Adventures Hobgoblin. In the Marvel Adventures Spider-Man storyline, number 22 in particular, the Hobgoblin discovers that the Green Goblin has left his stash of weapons unlocked and unguarded. Oopsie. He gathers the new toys and challenges the Green Goblin to a fight, but Spider-Man of course swoops in before things get too goblin-y and saves the day by defeating both of them. What would we do without him? Coming in at number 6, we got Sword and Sorcery Hobgoblin. Sword and Sorcery was a Spider-Man and Red Sonja crossover. In it, several villains were transformed into fantasy-type Hyborian versions of themselves, one of which being the Hobgoblin. This transformation was the result of a spell by Kulan Gath, who used Hobgoblin in his force against Spidey and Red Sonja's team up. Next up at number 5, we have Ultimate Hobgoblin. Harry Osborn is once again the Hobgoblin in Ultimate Marvel. He starts off as friends to Peter Parker, but was hypnotized into believing he was a henchman for his father named Shaw, who provoked Harry into transforming into the Hobgoblin. As much as Harry wanted to stop, Shaw was too powerful and took over, causing a fight between the Green Goblin and Hobgoblin that ultimately resulted in Harry's death. Up next at number 4 is Spider-Verse Hobgoblin. This Hobgoblin was Peter Parker, who was so overwhelmed with rage and sadness after the death of Gwen Stacy that he could think of no better action to take than to become the Hobgoblin and abandon Spider-Man for good. He was then pursued by Verna of the Inheritors, who wanted to collect him as a spider totem, and along the way he finds an alternate Gwen Stacy in the form of Spider-Woman. I think we've learned anything is possible in comic books. We have Spectacular Hobgoblin. The Hobgoblin had a second animated appearance in the Spectacular Spider-Man. The bearer of the title here is perfume factory owning Roderick Kingsley, who won a bid to own the Rhino's armor. Apparently if the show had continued onto a 3rd season, he would have been made the main antagonist as the Hobgoblin, but sadly we will never get a chance to see him shine here. Coming in at number 2 is MC2 Hobgoblin. In the MC2 timeline, the Hobgoblin is hired to assassinate Normie Osborn, Spider-Girl, and Spider-Man. He was unsuccessful despite killing off the Venom symbiote, so he turned his ambitions to becoming the new kingpin of crime, but his partner Mindworm betrayed him. He killed Mindworm off and then escaped to the Caribbean for some R&R, regroup, and revenge. Luck was not on his side even after that. This guy needs someone to cut him a break. And finally, in the number 1 spot, we got Hobgoblin 2211. Step aside guys, Lady Hobgoblin is in the house. And what makes this version so interesting is that she is Robin Bourne, the daughter of this timeline Spider-Man. Spidey wasn't the best father, putting his superhero career first, so Robin turned to a life of villainy, casually wondering about destroying alternate universes. Spidey put a stop to this by throwing his own daughter in virtual prison, which kind of snowballed into him accidentally erasing her from existence. Yeah, long story, go read it. So those were the top 10 alternate versions of Hobgoblin. Let me know in the comment section down below who you want alternate versions of next. My name is Rory Destroya, thanks for watching, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another nerdy list.